Now we will discuss about the structure function relationship in the proteins, and there are two examples are given, that is one is chymotrypsin and second one is the hemoglobin. So let us see the structure of chymotrypsin. Chymotrypsin is a proteolytic enzyme, and you must know what is the meaning of proteolytic enzyme. Proteolytic enzymes are those enzymes which work on proteins, which break the peptide bonds of the protein, and they gradually make monopeptide, dipeptide, from polypeptide chain to dipeptide and then monopeptide chain. So whatever the amino acid residues assembled or grouped in a protein, that is cleaved or that is broken by the proteolytic enzyme, and one of the best example is chymotrypsin. These chymotrypsin is present in inactivated form in our body, and that inactivated form of chymotrypsin is known as chymotrypsinogen. So this is the chymotrypsinogen. Chymotrypsinogen is inactivated form. It is the inactivated form of chymotrypsin. So these things we have to study. In what way this inactivated form of chymotrypsinogen, inactivated form of chymotrypsin, that we call the chymotrypsinogen, is converted or undergo the conformational changes to bring activated form of the enzyme. So before going to that, we must explain that zymogen. What is this zymogen? Zymogens are the inactivated form of enzyme which require certain modification to be or to become activated form. So in our digestive system, these zymogens are basically present in the pancreatic juice, and it is released from the pancreas, and the one example is chymotrypsinogen. So chymotrypsinogen is produced in the pancreas and it is an inactivated form of the enzyme that we call the chymotrypsin. So how these chymotrypsins are formed from the chymotrypsinogen? It is by the process called charge relay system. It is that conversion takes place by the charge relay system. So chymotrypsinogen, if it want to be a activated form, it must be undergo some conformational changes, and due to the conformational changes, it will be modified into the activated form. So what happened here in activated form? Suppose this is a linear form. This is the linear form of an amino acid, that is called chymotrypsinogen. This linear form of chymotrypsinogen amino acid, this linear form of chymotrypsinogen undergoes conformational changes due to hydrophobic interaction, that is the hydrophobic bond, van der Waals bond interaction. What happened? It comes to in a bulky way, and what happened? There are three residues, 1, 2 and 3. So this chymotrypsin is consist of 245 amino acid. Total number of amino acid residue is 245. Out of this 245, there are 3 peptide bonds, there are 3 peptide chains are there, and these peptides are known as A, B and C. The A is known as histidine, and it is containing 57 amino acid residue. Second one is called aspartate, that is consisting of 102 amino acid residue, and last serine, which is having 195 residue. Out of this, serine is very important role. It playing a very important role for the activation and deactivation of the chymotrypsin or chymotrypsinogen. So in what happened, as a result of conformational changes, what happened? All these 3 residues are come together, or they are very closer together, and as it happened, this chymotrypsinogen will be converted into the chymotrypsin. And this modification is called in situ activation. In situ activation means it takes place inside the cell or inside the body system. So we call the in situ activation. So in situ activation of trypsin involves a proteolytic cut the waste part of this chymotrypsinogen is cut down, and that we call the proteolytic cut in chymotrypsinogen residue. So whatever the chymotrypsinogen residue which is worthless thing, it will be cut down, and as and when it is cut down, then the chymotrypsinogen will be converted into the chymotrypsin, and then this chymotrypsinogen actually having the enzyme binding sites, or that is called the pocket, substrate binding site of the pocket. So until and unless this substrate binding site will be exposed, the chymotrypsin will not be activated. But in the case of chymotrypsinogen, this pocket site, that is called the binding site, is blocked or it is unexposed. So due to unexposed or due to the hidden side of the substrate binding on the pocket, this is chymotrypsin is not working. But as a result of modification of that chymotrypsinogen into the chymotrypsin, what happened? The binding site, that is the substrate binding site, will be exposed. So this is the structure of chymotrypsinogen, and it is formed by the conformational changes. So let us see here. This one, aspartic acid, that is the aspartate 102 amino acid. This is the bonding. It means how the relay start from and then changes, or it will bring the changes. This is about the histidine 157 only. Serine residue, it is the acetic residue. Serine residue is very important residue. Wherever the serine residue is there, so it is responsible for the catalytic function of the enzyme chymotrypsin. So chymotrypsin activity is basically based on the serine residue, which is acidic, and due to the presence of the serine residue, some of the other examples are also given. For example, trypsin subtilisine. Trypsin subtilisine is an enzyme which is a proteolytic enzyme which is derived from the bacterium. Thrombin, it is derived from the prothrombin. You might know about it is helpful in the clotting of the blood. Next, acetylcholine esterase. Acetylcholine esterase is present in our brain, and it is responsible for the activation of our brain system. So this acetylcholine esterase, which is very essential for the brain, is also affected by the serine residue. That is the serine residue that is responsible for giving the catalytic function. So all these have reaction serine residue for catalytic mechanism. Whatever I just three, chymotrypsin, trypsin, thrombin, acetylcholine esterase, all three will have the serine residue for the catalytic mechanism. So nowadays some of the organophosphate compounds are reacting with the serine residue, and they are responsible to inactivate the brain cells. And one of the important thing, that is called the nerve gas. Nerve gas was first of all used in the World War first. It was given to those arrested soldiers, and they are allowed to provide this nerve gas. So due to this nerve gas, their brain will be inactivated, and ultimately it leads to the death. So organophosphate compounds, when react with the serine residue, it will inactivate the brain. Nowadays you can see that some of the mosquito repellents like Good Night, its refill or its coil, that contain the organophosphate compound. And apart from that, you might have malathion, parathion. This is the insecticides which is generally used to kill the insect. Why? Because inactivate the brain of the particular insect. So this is the importance of the function of the chymotrypsin, which is obtained from the conformational changes of the chymotrypsinogen. So chymotrypsinogen, which is an inactivated form of enzyme that is called chymotrypsin, undergoes gradual conformational changes and it is converted into the activated form of enzyme.